Right, it's a nice old cold morning. Walking the dogs, a little bit of time to myself again. Now, too good to be true. I don't know. I've been watching some reels lately, and these reels are talking about rent to rent. So, Airbnb rent to rent. Now, you may know I'm a landlord. Got a couple of houses, works okay. But these reels that I'm watching, they seem to be fantastic. Now, first things first, some people are sticking their figures of what they own out there, and somebody say Airbnb. Now, I don't own any houses. We rent to rent, and somebody, the last one I watched, they put figures up, and he said we turned over, so you don't know what they actually made, over 2 million. And you look at this kid, he looks about 12. You think, oh, okay. 2 million? I ain't even close to 1 million. Not even close. What? And I'm flat out. But this guy, Airbnb, 12 years old, making 2 million, or turning over 2 million, or that's what he says, because there's no guarantee about what they're saying is true. Absolutely, like, you've got to be kidding me, haven't you? Where's the evidence? Where's the proof? And it's on YouTube. No, it's not on, it's on Instagram. So you're watching on Instagram, someone says, yeah, I just turned over, I've bought this car. There's another guy. I forgot the guy's name. Very large guy. On Instagram, and he got his Lamborghini and his Bentley. And he said, I got 4 houses that fund this Bentley. I got 5 houses that fund this Lamborghini. You think, wow. If it's true, is that like, hang on. Come on. Through we go. Where's the other dog? Oh, we're one dog down. Hang on. Now, where was I? We got both dogs. Both dogs are back. Too good to be true. So you got all these people that are on Instagram telling you, book into my course. You say, your course? You've got a course on this? And they're expensive. Now, I'm not going to name names because I think that's horrible. There's one guy out there, and his course is £1,000 a month. £12,000 a year for the entire course. Well, okay, that's some good money. Now, with that £12,000, you don't even have to. You cannot go to wherever. There's no hotel to go to. You don't even get a croissant or a cup of tea. You got to sit in your home, and for £1,000 a month, you got to watch a computer screen. And they're going to teach you how to do it. And the facts that they give you are sometimes, are they wrong? They're not explained. Certainly not explained. One nice easy one is you buy a house for 50. Like, where are you going to find a house for 50? It goes up in value to 150. You remortgage and take £50,000 out, and that's tax-free. Well, yeah, it is tax-free. The £50,000 you just took out is tax-free. No, it's not. There's a bill to pay at the end of the day, and it's called capital gains tax. And you can't get round it. There's no way to get round it. So at the end of the day, when you sell the house, and you will eventually sell, so whether or not you're 90 years old and you die and you want to hand it on to your children, it's going to be sold. Something's going to. Now, the bill is not. So you could have a house, say, that you bought it for 50, and like 20, 25 years later, it's worth 500. You think, wow. But you kept remortgaging, taking out that money, tax-free. And so now you've got a £500,000 house, you're 80, 90 years old, with a £450,000 mortgage, with £50,000 worth of equity in it, yeah? All taken out tax-free. You now come to sell it. Now you got to pay the bill. The capital gain that you pay is not on the 50,000 that's left. Oh no, it's on the 450 of capital gain. So in that instance, you sell the house, and if capital gains tax, I think currently is 24%, you got to pay 24% of 450,000, not 24% of 50,000. Yeah? So you owe more than you'll get for the house. It's pretty simple. But they don't tell you that. They say, oh, it's tax-free, it's tax. No, it's not tax-free. And don't think you can lose it, or we won't tell the Inland Revenue. You can't not tell the Inland Revenue. You got 60 days when that house is sold to tell the Inland Revenue that you owe them capital gain on, say, that example of 450, and you got 60 days in which to pay over 24% of that capital gain. But they don't tell you that. It's all too good to be true. Another one, they said, oh yeah, approach the landlord, say what you want to do, and rent it off of him for, say, we'll make another figure up, rent it off of him for 900. And he said, you then rent out for 1,002, and he said, you make 300. Well, you got to find a landlord first. You got to find a landlord, and you got to be a proper. I get it. We're currently trying to rent just a small little studio flat, nothing special, nothing, just run of the mill, absolutely fine. We'll use nice round figures. We'll say it's £1,000 a month, although that's not really what I'm talking about right now. And what happens is we get like the 50 inquiries through whatever, Rightmove or Gumtree or the other renting apps. And we get them all the time. Hello, yes, my name is John, and I'd like to rent your place, rent to rent. You say, well, okay, all right then. Now, we've just had one right now. We just had one, and we said, right then, can you send us a link to your company so that I can read about you? Fair enough. And back it comes is, I don't have a company. I'm not in a partnership, it's just me, here's my phone number, I'd like to rent. You think, oh, so they're not a company, they're just a private individual, so you got to take all the risk of renting it out, and they don't understand why you don't want to rent to somebody that wants to rent your place out. Now, if there's an established company, say some huge, let's make it up, say British Aerospace. If British Aerospace said, listen, could we rent this flat off? You think, whoa, okay. The money's going to come in from corporate, isn't it? Well, okay, well, let's see where we're going with that. Let's check out our, what do you call it? Due diligence, and so check it out. It seems fine. Say the NHS sometimes do it, not NHS or some subsidiary of the NHS for nurses and doctors, they do it too. Now that's fine, but when people go on to Instagram and say, yeah, rent to rent, I got this flat, I'm doing it Airbnb, we're renting it out at this, and then they put the figures up there. Dogs are fighting. Friendly fight. Are you friendly fighting? Whoa. Okay. I think it's too good to be true. And I am seeing it more and more often. And these courses, the courses are sometimes thousands of pounds. And in the old days, you would go to a course, you'd go to a hotel. Or some form of meeting, and you'd all chat together or be around a table, and you'd be. I got a feeling whenever I see some of these reels, it's a bit of a. I think, this is my view, it's a damn ego trip. Someone's swaggering along. Oh yeah, I rent out houses. Everybody sit around, and I'm gonna tell you how to do it. Well, not being funny. All right, I'll tell you how to do it. Go out, find a house, make an offer at the estate agents, Once it's accepted, put down a deposit, get a mortgage, buy it, rent it out. There you are. That's it. What seems to be the problem? There's a lot of regulation and legislation that goes with it as well, which you need to catch up on. But that's the basis. And they say, well, what about buying a second house? Well, yeah, find a house, make an offer, get it accepted, put a deposit down, you've got the extra stamp duty. Oh, they always seem to forget about the odd things, don't they? If it's your second house, there's a 5% uplift on all the stamp duty. So that's nice. They don't tell you that. But again, get the offer accepted, mortgage, deposit, buy it, rent it out. What's the problem? What, you need a course for that? You need to spend, in this case, with this one particular person or company, £12,000 a year to learn that, what I just told you. And then you see them in Dubai. They're always in Dubai. Oh, Dubai. And they've always got a supercar or something like that. And they say, this is the place to be. I'm here for tax reasons. Yeah. I don't think it's that easy. You can't just fly over to Dubai and take your capital, and your company is here. Let's go back and get the dog's through. Your capital and your company is not in Dubai. So everybody take a deep breath on that. You don't suddenly say, I've moved to Dubai for a week, therefore I'm paying no. No. The Inland Revenue, they want their pound of flesh, and they're going to get it. So sometimes it's easier just to go with it, but they don't tell you that. Because, in my view, these reels on Instagram, some on Facebook, more Instagram than ever now, they're too good to be true. And when something is too good to be true, it normally probably is. So it's just my view on spending £1,000 a month on a course when you could save that £1,000. That's 12,000. That's a deposit on a house or a flat. That's not bad. It's a choice, I guess. Anyway. Now, another thing about these Instagram influencers and whatever you believe. Again, I'm not going to mention it because I think it's dreadfully unfair, and hey, who's to say they're not right? They might all be, and I've laughed, and we've already put on this video about everybody's going to Dubai. I just saw one, and the influencer is walking around, and he's got all these people behind him. Now, I don't know whether they're his mates and they've just they say, listen, just follow me around. And he's in a bank. And this bank's for sale because they're selling off all the banks, aren't they? Nobody wants a bank anymore. And he's in there, and then he walks around behind the thick glass, and he stands behind there. He said, this is where, and he got his hands on the thing. He said, this is where they said, no, you can't have a loan. I thought, well, no, a cashier is where you get the money, but okay. This is where they said, you can't have a loan. He said, and now but it was so theatrical, and now I'm buying their place. Oh, dog's barking. And I'm thinking, okay, and then the camera pans out, and there's the camera team with a sound guy as well. He's got this big boom and whatever, because I'm thinking, how did you... I can't hear you behind all I got to do is turn this camera around and you can't hear me. And he's got this camera guy with a sound guy, and he's behind this like 2-inch thick glass saying, yeah, this is what... And I mean, I'll ask my camera team a second. Nope, just the dogs and me. The camera team's me with my £10,000 oh no, wait a minute, it's a GoPro. It's a GoPro on a stick. Hey, I'm just saying. And he's in Dubai. Oh, buying a place in Dubai. Holidaying in Dubai. I mean, you may have seen one of the other videos I got. We're skiing. Well, that's an apartment in France for 700 quid. And I made the kids pay half of that. So yeah, it's a funny old game, isn't it? I don't know. Maybe he's just much, much more cleverer than I am. Oh, there you go. Another one I thought was quite funny. investor gurus. And this is Instagram again. Was it YouTube? Instagram. And the guy comes on and he says, I live in Monaco. He's a guy about my age, I think. And he said, last year I was worth 50 million. You think, okay, 50 million, that's a lot of money. This year I've doubled it and I'm worth 100. You think, 100 million and you're living in Monaco? Wow. Okay. Now then, if you want to do it, you can join, you see, some form of masterclass. You see what? You got 100 million living in Monaco and you want people to join a masterclass? What are you going to charge them, like $2.99 a month and see how, oh yeah, subscription charge? Well, oh, come on. If you're worth 100 million, 100 million. Like to see his bank balance. What's he do all day? Count his money? I mean, I don't know. But 100 million? I think I'll be living on an island somewhere. I don't know. Maybe it's all true. Maybe it's all true. There's another too good to be true Instagram influencer. Some investment portfolio builder guru. I won't tell you the name, but I watched it and it was quite funny. Now, just imagine yourself, you've got, say, 100,000 in your back pocket. You've either sold a house, or you've inherited it, or something happened, or you've got like 100, and you want to invest in property. And up pops this advert. There's some kid, 12 years old. They're all about 12 years old, aren't they? 12. And he's got one of those broccoli haircuts, you know? I mean, I can't really say much. Look at that. Oh, I don't know. Oh, now I can't get my hat back on. Hang on, I've got to get my hat back on. Right, I got my hat back on. It's straight. Is it straight? I can't see. I don't know. Anyway. Yep, got a dog. 2 dogs. So, picture this. You've got 100 grand in your back pocket. You've either sold a house or inherited or whatever, and you're ready to invest. So you're banging on the door of this office, and Mr. Broccoli Hairs, 12 years old, because they're all 12 now, aren't they? How do they know anything at 12? I've been doing this for years and I still don't know. So 12 years old, he answers it, broccoli haircut, his eyebrows are plucked. You think, okay, what? Nothing wrong with plucked eyebrows, I guess. I don't know. Okay, all right. But here's the thing. Hang on, I've got to step over this fence. Here's the thing. This is on Instagram, mind. This is an advert trying to get you to invest. And he's got on his feet pink lion slippers. And you think to yourself, this is a guru, a property investment guru? Somebody that you're going to say, oh yeah, listen, here's my 100 grand I've inherited, spend it wisely and invest it for me. And he's got pink lion slippers on. Oh, come on. Oh, something's going wrong with the world, isn't it? Another Instagram, too good to be true. Again, no names, because that's dreadfully unfair and it's more fun without the names. These are real ones, mine. I've watched them. I've watched them. And there they are in Dubai, because where else would you be other than Dubai? Always Dubai. And he's in the river, stood there with a mate or whatever, and they're boxing in the river. You're boxing in the river? At the back of your house in Dubai? I must be missing a trick, I tell you. I don't know what you want me to do. You run around the city docks and jump in or something? I don't know. I don't get it. Maybe I got to start boxing in rivers to sticking it up on Instagram. Say I'm boxing in a river. Yes, this is what we do. Is that to do with property investment? Is it? I'm looking at fire doors and tiles and grout and trying to make figures work. I'm not boxing in a river in Dubai. I'm clearly doing something wrong. I'm clearly... It's too good to be true. Is it too good to be true? Maybe it's true. Maybe it's true. Maybe that's what Instagram does. These influencers, these property investment gurus do, because he's clearly cleverer than I am. I'm walking dogs in some bloody local park forest. Actually, I quite enjoy it. Actually, it quite sets me up for the morning. But there you go. I'm stood here in the cold with me hat on sideways, waiting for it to rain. I've got to be doing it wrong. They all must know something I don't know. I just need 100 million in my bank account and then for you to sign up. Anyway, too good to be true, Instagram. Property investment gurus. No names, no pack drill. But why is everybody on the gear? Okay, all right, I don't get it. People have started posting up, these are genuine, I've seen them, yeah. Old photographs of them bodybuilding. Now, I don't know what that's got to do with fitting a bathroom in some house in multiple occupation whilst you're trying to make the figures work out against the mortgage and the tax and the... But there you go. Apparently you've got to be a bodybuilder on gear. Now, okay, I've been training pretty much all my life. I'm an older guy and I can tell those stomachs when it looks like a road map with you've got 0% body fat. I've been training most of my life. I don't look like that, and I got a pretty good diet, so I know when somebody is or is not on the gear. And you're looking at them and you're thinking, and they're everyone's boxing, aren't they? This is not the same boxer in the river. Oh no, different one. This can't be in Dubai either. It might be in Dubai. I don't know. Anyway. They're there and they got these stomachs out, and it's like, you know, one of those Marvel films where the guy is, and you think, yeah, you didn't get that eating pizza, mate. So somebody's on the gear, and then another one, oh, that one's in, no, there's another one in Dubai. He's got a stomach like a road map where you can see every 0% fat. And you think, mate, I'm too busy working on bloody putting some drainage in or changing some toilet cistern to I mean, I go to the gym, but I don't do that. First of all, I ain't got the money for the gear and don't even know where to get the gear. I ain't even tried. But the other thing is, have you got to be on the gear to be a property investment guru? I don't know. I must be missing a trick. Too good to be true Instagram property gurus. Well, this too good to be true Instagram property guru thing, I think I might start making a few of my own. Drop the word. Drop the word in the comments. What do they say? Like, subscribe, ring the bell, follow. Follow for more info. Oh, I don't know. Drop the word in the comments. I think I'm going to drop the word. I'm going to start making some, and out of them I'm going to drop the word gullible. I think gullible. Yeah, gullible. Oh, come on. 100 million, and he needs people. He's willing to go away and give a free online course where you go on there and then they give you the hard sell to sign up to some monthly subscription. What, you need that when you got 100 million? Why are you even bothering talking to individual people? If you got 100 million, you wouldn't be buying a house down some local estate, would you? You'd be busy trying to buy a hotel. And if you had 100 million, well, you'd be invested in stocks and shares, because who gives a damn about property if you've got 100 million? Yeah. So if you like what I'm doing, drop the word gullible in the comments, and I won't get back to you. Oh, no, sorry. Someone will, I'm sure. Lastly, because I don't know where to stop because there's so many. Houses, which is what we're talking about really, isn't it? Property development. How come these influencers all live in these monstrously big houses? Well, what, have they invested every single thing they got in their own house? I don't know. I just don't get it. Or you're living in Dubai, buy a house in Dubai, or are they renting or leasing? Or is it a hotel? I don't know. But if you look at them all, they all got these whopping great big houses. Or Monaco. I forgot the Monaco one. Monaco. I mean, I don't know about anybody else. I'm living in an ex-council house just on the estate on the edge of a city. Just enough room to park 4 cars. All right, I built myself a nice garage. Yeah, I did do that. But I built that myself. With these. But I don't know, where did they get, how have you got to have a really big house? Or their offices are like, wow, you got a nice office. I'm typing on my kitchen table with a laptop, but you seem to have these fully furnished offices. Where'd you get the money for that then? I don't get it. I bet you if I went to my accountant and said, I'm gonna buy this office and we're all gonna sit round and I need 200 grand for the to deck out my office, I'd be laughed at. Be laughed at by the bloody wife, that would be sure. Yeah, I got ex-council house on the estate on the edge of a city. I'm doing it wrong. I better tell the camera crew not to oh no, hang on, we ain't got a camera crew, have we? I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm doing it all wrong and I should be listening to the guy in Monaco who went from 50 million to 100 million. Maybe I need to subscribe to him. I don't know, something I gotta give. I gotta learn something. Hello, more dogs on the way.